Now on Sunrise and streaming on crossroadstoday.com. Middle East tensions rising as one country seeks retaliation from an attack that killed a political leader. And new footage from messages from the Robb Elementary massacre, what we're learning following their release. Plus, the impacts of Debbie still felt across the country, one state now facing flooding following the storm.
And here at the Crossroads, we've got lots more heat to deal with for the rest of this week, but what's this? We have another shot for rain. We'll take a look at that and the weather coming up.
You're watching 25 News Now Sunrise. Good morning and happy Monday, Crossroads. Hope you had a great weekend.
That's right. I hope you all had a fantastic weekend, and I hope you all enjoyed all that sunshine because we've got lots more to come. But what's this? What do we have this time?
Yes, I'm wearing blue because we're going to have some rain.
Some rain. That's right. We have a chance for rain today. We're going to look at that in just a second because right now, if you're tuning in with us this morning, it's another warm and humid one out there. You're looking live here in Victoria. Currently sitting at 77 degrees. Dew point, though, 1 degree off that temperature, bringing humidity to 96%. So another plenty warm average and humid summer morning out there. I think if anything, you might see a little bit of dew in your windshield, not really expecting too much in terms of fog. In fact, looking at your fog map, you could see this actually confirms that not really too much in terms. If you do see anything, it's going to be really thin fog. Maybe some like literally water kind of streaking through the air. But otherwise, looking at your radar, we did have a couple showers out there this morning in Matagorda County, but most of that has died off, as you can see. Pretty much pretty clear out there this morning, but I don't think that's going to be the case as we go into the later morning and the early afternoon. I've got chances for rain today at 20%, bumping up to 40% tomorrow. And I got chances today, the best chances are going to be between, I'm thinking 11 a.m., actually maybe 10 a.m. or 11 a.m., and between that and 3 p.m. today, because anytime after the mid-afternoon today, I think rain activity should die off, and we got mostly sunny skies. And I think this computer thinks mostly cloudy. I'm not buying that. I'm thinking mostly sunny and clearing up as we go into tonight. But then as we go into tomorrow, as we go into tomorrow morning, there might be a couple more showers developing. Like I said, 40% chance for tomorrow. For maybe a few thunderstorms tomorrow. Good news is no severe weather is expected tomorrow. But today we've still got lots more heat advisories for all of our southern counties here in the Crossroads, also along in Jackson County and also Wharton County as well. So please be careful in the heat. Those have been issued because our temperature is going to get up to about, I'm thinking 95 here in Victoria. Northwestern counties, you're going to see the brunt of the heat, maybe 97, 98 today. But they're issued because heat of the seas up to 110, 112 for some. So please be careful in that heat. It's going to continue for the rest of this week. And we're going to take a look at that and more later on Sunrise. Back to Carolina.
Thank you, Parker. Some analysts say a Mideast regional war could explode soon and the U.S. might end up involved. Multiple sources say Iran is considering a full-scale attack on Israel. Iran supports Hezbollah in Lebanon and Hamas in Gaza, and the White House calls these groups Iranian proxies. All three say they want revenge on Israel for the recent assassination of Hamas's political leader in Tehran. Now the worry is Iran itself could attack Israel directly. With just a week to go until the Democratic National Convention in Chicago, we now know who some of the prominent speakers will be. Two sources familiar with the plan say that President Joe Biden, former Presidents Barack Obama and Bill Clinton, and former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton have been confirmed as speakers at the convention. Vice President Kamala Harris and her running mate, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, will formally accept the Democratic Party's nomination during the convention. New video and police text messages have been released from the school massacre in Uvalde from 2 years ago. They're shedding new light on the chaos, confusion, and delayed response by officers.
This morning, heart-stopping police body camera video and heartbreaking 911 calls. Chilling evidence released over the weekend from the shooting inside Robb Elementary School in Uvalde, Texas, where 19 students and 2 teachers were killed in 2022. Police took 77 minutes to take down the shooter. A man saying he's the gunman's uncle is heard on one 911 call, asking to be transferred to his nephew to get him to stop the shooting.
I was wondering maybe he could listen to me, because he does listen to me. Everything I tell him, he does listen to me. Maybe he could stand down or do something, just turn himself in.
But the uncle's call was too late. The police body cam videos come from 5 officers despite 25 Uvalde officers who responded. Text messages reveal some officers were either not recording or did not have time to grab a body camera. In other text messages, multiple officers ask, "Is there a way to get our pictures off the PD website for our safety? Take the website down," as the public began complaining about the delayed response.
Can you tell me your name?
Fourth grader Chloe Torres made a 911 call herself from inside a classroom begging for help.
I can't wait.
Chloe survived, but 10-year-old Uzziah Garcia did not. Brett Cross was his guardian.
I want people to see everything so that you can see this is a nightmare. This is something that you can't put into words.
The release of the body cam videos and documents came after news outlets, including ABC, sued under the Texas Open Records Act. In terms of the delayed response to the shooting, the city has settled with victims' families for $2 million. Other lawsuits are ongoing, and the former school police chief now faces criminal charges. Derek Dennis, ABC News.
North Carolina continues their cleanup efforts after Tropical Storm Debbie left flooding. 2 days after the storm hit North Carolina, waters are still rolling high. The North Carolina Department of Transportation reports that more than 160 roads remain blocked due to waist-deep water and debris. Water rescue teams were busy in Moore County rescuing several people from flooded areas. In Greensboro, firefighters were called to 14 water rescues, 24 more flooding incidents, and 2 calls of trees that fell onto houses. President Joe Biden shared a video of himself congratulating decorated swimmer Katie Ledecky on her success at the 2024 Paris Olympics. The president tweeted the video Sunday morning from his official account. Ledecky has now become the most decorated U.S. female Olympic athlete with a collection consisting of 14 Olympic medals. Ledecky and Nick Mead were selected by Team USA to lead the country's Olympic team at the Paris Olympics closing ceremony Sunday. Evacuation orders have been issued as Greek authorities try to contain a wildfire near Athens. More than 500 firefighters, 152 vehicles, and a large number of volunteers are working to put out the blaze, which broke out Sunday near Varnavas in northeastern Attica. Authorities say 29 water-bombing aircraft also are taking part in efforts to extinguish the fire. Officials say the blaze has grown due to dry conditions and strong winds. The size of the fire is unknown, but estimated at 30 kilometers or close to 12,000 acres. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today. Hit the like button and click that notification bell. Let's get a look at our time up here. It is 6:39 on our clock, and it is also time to take a look at what's coming up on Sunrise. It's back to school time here in the Crossroads. We hear from an interim superintendent.
Harris introducing her running mate Tim Walz across the nation as former President Trump ramps up his attacks against the new Democratic ticket. The latest in the race for the White House coming up.
And also coming up next after the break, we're going to take a look at your weather and health forecast, followed by your marine forecast. And later on Sunrise, we're going to take another look at how much heat is still coming our way and also the tropics. Well, good morning, Crossroads. If you're tuning in with us this morning, you're looking live in Cuero, another woman heaping one out there. In fact, if you look real closely at the camera, you can actually see this little cloud right here, that it was actually a really light shower at one point. It has officially died off, though, up there in Cuero. Not really any rain out there on the radar. But right now, like I said, plenty warm and humid out there, sitting at 76, but you're 2.1 degree off, humidity to 96. So, like I said, maybe a little bit of dew in your windshield. Not really expecting any kind of fog out there this morning, but it is going to be another hot day. I can definitely guarantee you that. About 95, I'm thinking here in Victoria, maybe 96 for a moment or so, but heat of the seas for most of us today between 110 to 112. So pretty please, I beg y'all, please be careful out there in that heat. It's going to continue this week. But another bad news, sort of bad news, pollen's going to be ragweed and grass pollen's going to be moderate today. So maybe I might advise taking algae pill. Air quality, that's going to be moderate. That's not too bad. And UV index, that's going to be extreme. So if you have sensitive skin, maybe put on some sunscreen. But we got some very warm water temperatures to come to the air temperatures at 93 degrees. Not too bad of a day to get down to the water, but lots more hot weather to come our way and even some rain chances. And coming up next, we're going to take a look at the tropics. But for now, back to you, Carolina.
Thank you, Parker. Now to the 2024 race. Strong momentum for the new Democratic ticket as Vice President Kamala Harris wraps up her first campaign swing with running mate Tim Walz as former President Donald Trump attacks his opponents during a rally in Montana over the weekend.
The race for the White House fired up. In Las Vegas, Vice President Harris capping off a whirlwind of a week, crisscrossing the country with running mate and Minnesota Governor Tim Walz.
When we fight, we win!
With just 1 week into the Democratic National Convention, the new Democratic ticket marched through 5 battleground states, including Arizona and Pennsylvania. Harris said to unveil her economic plans this week.
It'll be focused on the economy and what we need to do to bring down costs and also strengthen the economy overall.
Harris strongly disagreeing with former President Trump's suggestion that presidents should get a say in the Federal Reserve's interest rate decisions.
The Fed is an independent entity, and as president, I would never interfere in the decisions that the Fed makes.
Harris also pushed to raise the minimum wage and echoed Trump's call to make income from tips tax-free. Trump accusing Harris of stealing his proposal to eliminate taxes on tips, a proposal that would still need congressional approval.
I'd rather run against her. I think she's easier to beat. This election is about saving our economy, ending inflation, securing our borders.
But a new New York Times Siena College poll shows Harris now leading Trump by 4 points in 3 battleground states, still within the margin of error. This as Trump's vice presidential pick, J.D. Vance, continues to defend his comments, describing women and families without children as childless cat ladies.
Do I regret saying it? I regret that the media and the Kamala Harris campaign has frankly distorted what I said. I said I want us to be more pro-family.
Meanwhile, amid reports by the New York Times of turmoil inside the Trump campaign with little strategy since Harris rose to the top of the Democratic ticket, Trump is projecting confidence, writing on social media that this campaign is his best thus far. M. Nguyen, ABC News, Washington.
And that leads us to your viewer poll. You can scan the QR code on your screen to take part. We want to know, have you ever been to a convention for your political party? Okay, let's take a look. 25% of you say yes and 75% of you say no. Thank you for taking part in today's viewer poll. The time is now 6:44 on our Monday morning. So to come, we learn how a top U.S. leader is reaffirming the country's commitment to Israel. Okay, time to celebrate some birthdays. Happy birthday to Olympic star rugby player Ilona Maher. The bronze medalist is 20 today.
Ooh, happy birthday, Ilona, and happy bronze medalist to you as well. And happy also anniversary to Brittany and Johnny. Happy anniversary, babe. 11 years together has been the best years of my life. And the kids and I love you so much. That's so sweet, Carolina.
It is.
And to see your birthday wish live on 25 News Now Sunrise, come to crossroadstoday.com, click on the drop-down menu, then click the Home tab, and you'll see Submit Your Birthday Photo.
All right, the time is now 6:45 on our Monday morning. Happy birthday if you're celebrating one today.
That's right. Happy birthday. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Well, good morning, Crossroads. If you're tuning in with me this morning, I'm sure a lot of y'all are wondering what is going on out there in the Atlantic. Well, we're going to take a look at that right now. So right now we're going to start out with the potential tropical cyclone 5, which is what we've been tracking ever since a couple weeks ago. It was a mere tropical wave since back then, but now it is officially a potential tropical cyclone 5 with winds sustained at 30 miles an hour around the center. And actually, if you look real closer, you could actually see it is kind of starting to very slowly get its act together and starting to spin, but pressure's still at 1,009 millibars. Not very, actually, look, it just updated on me, 1,010, and it's actually not super strong yet, but it will likely become a tropical cyclone, which means a depression or greater over the next 48 hours. I think chances are at like 80 or 90% of that become a depression over the next 48 hours. But then as we zoom out into the rest of the Atlantic, you may have noticed this. We even talked about this last week. There are still a couple of tropical waves out there, way out there though. One that just exited the Western African coast not too long ago, about a couple of days ago. Good news is I'm not really going to watch this one because I'm going to actually be watching this one that's over the Saharan Desert right now. That's going to be exiting the West African coast probably the next couple, 2 to 3 days. And the Climate Prediction Center is watching that one, which is why I'm going to be watching that one, because they've been actually quite accurate with their forecast for this week. They got development right there, bullseye, smack dab right there, where it's going to be developing here the next 2 to 3 days. And you can see that's for August 14th all the way through August 27th. But our next week through August from 21st to the 27th, you can see, like I said, we're going to be watching that next wave for development all the way into the Gulf. But the good news is, if anything does development, it's going to have a hard time because of Saharan dust that might come our way next week. We're going to take a look at that and more later on Sunrise.
It's back to school mode for families in the Crossroads. I got to catch up with the interim superintendent for the largest district in Victoria County. Set your alarm for August 13th. That's the first day of school for students in the Victoria ISD. And a reminder for drivers to slow down in school zones. If you haven't registered your child for school, it's time to get moving.
We encourage everybody, let's get our kids registered so we can get them scheduled and ready to go for that first day of school.
The Victoria ISD's window for campus transfer request has closed, so if you wanted to try and get your child registered at a school that is not their designated home campus, you'll have to wait until the next school year. Interim Superintendent Randy Meyer says attendance is a top area of focus this school year.
We are looking forward to having every kid back. They're our students too, and we love them, and we are going to provide the best educational experience they can. We need to work on attendance. We need every child in school every single day because what we do matters, and educating the children of Victoria is our top priority.
The former superintendent resigned from the position in the spring. Several community meetings and a search are in place to ensure the district gets community input on the search for a new district leader.
So we are encouraging everybody in this community to have a voice, and the survey will have questions about what they want in their next superintendent.
If you're considering a career in education, there are several job openings within the district. Meyer says the district welcomes former teachers who may have left the classroom but are ready to return. Carolina Astran, KAVU TV 25 News Now. The district held its annual convocation on Friday. It's a gathering of all district employees to kick off the school year. To get more back-to-school resources and links, come to our website, crossroadstoday.com. Local colleges help students start off the semester on the right track. Officials with Victoria College say Super Saturday helps students make sure that everything is set and ready for the semester to start.
So Super Saturday is a really awesome event. I actually got started on Super Saturday 2 years ago. You do your TSI testing, get enrolled, meet with financial aid, meet your advisor, turn in all documents within a quick period.
The first day of the fall 2024 semester at Victoria College will be Monday, August 26th. Super Saturday also took place right next door at the University of Houston, Victoria. Future students were treated to snacks along with a friendly welcome from staff and students. Devlin Flannery, manager of regional recruitment for UHV, says Super Saturday is designed to help the student be ready for the first day of class.
Yeah, so the Super Saturday event was an opportunity for a lot of students who have not completed registration or still need documents to submit, try and give them a one-stop shop where they can come in, they can supply those documents, we can get them uploaded, we can give them an opportunity to speak with an advisor, talk with financial aid.
The first day
admissions.
of class at UHV for the fall 2024 semester is Monday, August 26th. Still to come on Sunrise, news to know before you go. All new U.S. troops will go through testing. Learn what kind of testing after the break. U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin reiterated the United States' commitment to defend Israel. He did so by ordering additional defense vessels to be deployed to the Middle East. The U.S. ordered the USS Abraham Lincoln Carrier Strike Group equipped with F-35C fighters, as well as the USS Georgia, to be added to defense operations in the region. The leaders discussed the importance of mitigating civilian harm, progress towards securing a ceasefire, the release of hostages held in Gaza, and efforts to deter aggressions in the region. Soon, all new U.S. troops will go through cognitive testing in order to more easily diagnose brain trauma later on. The Pentagon says it will also put more distance between personnel and weapons blasts during training exercises. The overall push for brain health comes 9 months after an Army reservist, Robert Card, went on a shooting rampage in Maine, killing 18 people. The study of Card's brain found he likely had a traumatic brain injury. Currently, the military only gives baseline cognitive testing to troops before deployment. Fewer women are running for Congress this year than in years past. The Center for American Women and Politics at Rutgers says the number of Republican women running for the House this election cycle fell about 36% from 2022, and in the Senate by 45%. But for Democrats, it was only a 7% drop in the House and a 9% drop in the Senate. The numbers also declined for men, but some experts say the drop could be due to it being a presidential race year, which can make a run more difficult. If you were summoned for jury duty at the Victoria County Courthouse, we have some news for you. The jury summoned for today at 8:30 a.m. has been canceled and will not be rescheduled. And here's a road closure notice for you from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. today. The 300 block of Albright Road will be closed for the installation of a cattle guard. Texas schools got billions in federal pandemic relief. It is coming to an end as the school year starts. Read this story by the Texas Tribune on our website, crossroadstoday.com. And we want to invite you to experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your connected TV through Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, Android TV. Just search for Crossroads Today Plus. And we do have time to look at our overcast sunrise with Parker. Parker, when is that rain coming?
Well, Carolina, we're going to look at radar just a second because looking at your Port Lavaca view out there, there's actually a couple clouds out there that look a little bit taller. That's because there were actually just recently a couple of really light showers that were coming up into our Crossroads areas. But I think as we go into the afternoon today, I think we got chances for showers. It's at 20%. That's going to bump up to 40 for tomorrow. But like I said, here in Port Lavaca today, get up about 94 with I think your spotty shower is going to be in the morning time before the afternoon comes around. And in Victoria, about 95 this afternoon with your spotty shower development sometime in the late morning and the early afternoon, sometime before 3, I'm thinking. And in Coiro, about the same thing, but getting about 96 today. But we do have plenty of heat advisories still along the Crossroads. So I want y'all to please be aware of the heat exhaustion warning signs. Heat is going to be around with us for the rest of this week. Even going into next week, we're going to actually be heating up.
All right. Thank you, Parker. And thank you for joining us. And I hope you'll have a wonderful start to your week. It's back to school week for many of you. And remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today, and join Karina, Don, Mac, and Max today for 25 News Now, 5, 6, and 10. Make it a great Monday. Start strong.